This is a demonstration of the scorekeeper's role for sparring in the tournament system with electronic devices for a black belt division. So let's get started. We're in ring number 2, match number 1. The division is black belt sparring, 18 to 35-year-old males. First dan, under 140.9 pounds, and this is a semifinal match. We have 2 competitors, Dylan Hong and Reese Chong. We want to make sure, since this is a black belt division, that the clock is set to 2 minutes. This is not a final match, so there will only be 1 round. So we want to make sure it's 1 round of 2 minutes. If for some reason there's a draw between these 2 competitors, we would have a rest time of 1 minute. And then the next round between them would be an extension for 2 minutes. So let's get started. We're going to start the clock. The center ref is going to make sure the corner refs are ready. They're going to ask the scorekeeper if they're ready. Everyone's ready, and they will start the match. So we're going to start the clock for the match. And as we start the clock, we're going to start to see the corner refs are only going to judge what they can see. So they're going to start entering in some scores. And they will start falling in. You'll start seeing them show up. And so right now, we have about 40 seconds in. We have 2 corner refs that have the red fighter as the winner. We have 1 corner ref with the blue, and we have 1 corner ref that has seen no hits from either of the opponents. So we're going to see what's going on here. And we're going to start. Let's see what's going on. So, okay, so we've got, it's a draw right now. And let's see what's happened. So let's add some warnings. So let's say the blue fighter pushes the red fighter, or they step out of bounds. So we're going to give a warning to the red fighter. And then later on during this match, this round, the red fighter basically knocks the blue fighter down. They fall down, so we're going to give them a warning. And then we're going to continue on, and we will see some additional scoring from the corner refs. And let's see what happens as we go in. And it looks pretty close that we're looking like a draw at this time. So as the clock winds down, the gong is going to go off. We're going to throw the beanbag into the ring. Center ref stops the match. And at this point, looking at the audience view, the center ref is going to see that there are 2 corner refs that have the red fighter as the winner, and there are 2 corner refs that have the blue fighter as the winner. So it is officially is a draw. So what we're going to do is we are going to set the rest clock for a minute. So it says rest 1 minute here. So we're going to set this to 1 minute, and we're going to hit start. The fighters are going to go back to their areas, and they are going to rest during this time. While they're resting, we are going to clear the scoreboard. So we are going to reset the scores. So everything should get set back to 0 while they're resting. And as they're resting, we'll just make sure everything else is set. So we've got the extension for 2 minutes, which is correct. That's going to be the next round. And when the clock goes off, we are going to hit the extension button. And then when the center ref is ready and the corner ref's ready and we're going to restart the next 2-minute round for these competitors. So the auto gong is going to go off. So the rest period is done. The center ref's going to call the competitors back to the center. We're going to hit extension. There's going to be a 2-minute, and we're going to check corner refs, good, scorekeeper, good, and we're going to hit start. And the competitors have another 2 minutes to compete. So we're going to start seeing scores come in again from the refs, from the corner refs. And they're going to come in as they see these scores. So right now we've got 30 seconds in, and we've got one corner ref that hasn't seen any hits. We have 3 corner refs that have seen more hits from the blue fighter. And so we're going to continue onward, and we are going to see what we can, who else sees some of these points, and we are going to add. All right, some points come back up on the board. So right now we're definitely heavy skewed towards that blue fighter. So at this point, let's assume that the blue fighter does something really bad to the red fighter. It gets really, really aggressive, and their referee, the center ref, says, "Oh, that's worse than a warning. That's a deduction. That's a minus point." So what we're going to do is the center ref will tell you that that's a minus point, and the scorekeeper will put up 1 minus point. And so the blue fighter gets a yellow card, and then there will be a point deduction automatically from the corner ref's scoring tablets. And as we wind down, even though that occurred, as the clock winds down, there are still 3 corner refs that have the blue fighter as the winner, and 1 corner ref that basically has them at a tie because of that minus point. So at this point, the center ref is going to call the match. They are going to declare Hong as the winner. So I'm not Hong as the winner, sorry, Chung as the winner. And so we're going to say Chung wins. So Chung is the winner. And now we are going to rotate to the next match. Okay, so here we're at a final match. So in the final match, we want to make sure that there are 2 rounds of 2 minutes. So for black belts, final matches are always 2 rounds of 2 minutes. There's a 1-minute rest, and there is a 2-minute extension. And so we are going to start this match up. The center ref is going to say, okay, corner refs, you're good. Scorekeeper is good. We're making sure that all of the scores were reset on the scoreboard and the tablets. And so we should be ready to go. And we are going to start the clock. All right. So here you can see that we have 2 rounds since it's a final, and this is the first round of 2 rounds. And so the clock is going to start going, and we are going to start seeing some scoring from the judges. And we are going to continue to see. And these will float in. So right now we're about 40 seconds into the match, and we've got a tie. So looking close. We'll see what else happens. I'm going to continue to just add some scoring. Got about 58 seconds. It still looks like a draw at this point. So we've got 2 judges with Hong currently winning this round, and we've got 2 judges, corner refs, with Chung currently winning this round. We are going to continue to see some points come in. Let's see how that's affecting. So you can see that the scoreboard is going to automatically update as the match progresses. We're getting close to the wind-up time. Let's gonna give one of the fighters a warning. The center ref called a warning for Hong, and then it's going to gong. And during the gong, it's automatically going to start that rest period up. So you're throwing the beanbag, the fighters are going to their corners. There is an auto pause button checked. What this auto pause button does is it prevents the clock from automatically kicking in at the end of the 40 seconds. So it's going to give the center rep time to get those competitors back to the center of the ring, and then we will start the second round. So where we have a final and we have 2 rounds, or where we're doing black belt team sparring and we have multiple rounds, you do not reset the scores for each round. So we're going to leave the scores as is, because this is going to be cumulative over the 2 rounds. And we're about to get started. So the center ref may be calling the competitors back to the ring at this point. And it's got 1 minute. The gong's going to go off. And now the clock is set to 2 minutes. Center ref brings back the competitors, going to make sure corner refs, you're still ready. Nothing's been cleared. Scorekeeper, you're ready. And we are going to start the second round for that match. And we're going to hit go. And we are going to continue with the scoring. So we're going to add some scores for this round. We're going to see how they start to come in. So right now we've got Hong with 1 center ref, and we've got 3 with Chung on the corner refs. And so we're going to just continue to see how the fight proceeds. We've got about a minute in, so the competitors have some time to score some more points. We'll see how this goes. And let's say we're going to say that the red fighter knows they're behind, and they're gonna get some extra energy, and they are going to drive the blue fighter out of the ring. We're going to get a warning, and blue fighter starts back up, and then they're going to start again, and blue fighter falls down. We're going to give another warning, and then the red fighter is going again, and then pushed out of the ring. They get a third warning. At this point, then there's a -1 point that is subtracted from that fighter. So that significantly changes the scoreboard. And so now the blue fighter's got to act kind of fast to get some more points on the board before the clock runs out. But you can see how those warnings can have an impact. And so now the gong's gone off. We've had the final, the beanbag's been thrown in. At this point, the center ref will look at the audience view, and we've got 1 corner judge calling the match for the red fighter, and we have 2 corner refs calling the match for the blue fighter, and 1 in which it is a tie between both fighters. And so the blue fighter, Chung, will be declared the winner. And so we are going to hit Chung wins. And then it's going to rotate to the next category that will be up for scoring. And this concludes the demonstration of scorekeeper's role for sparring with electronic devices for a black belt division.